Okay, so here's the new ones. I went and picked them up. Took a little longer than I expected. I bought them at Dengler Tractor Parts, D-E-N-G-L-E-R. They're outside of Middletown, Ohio. For anybody that's not familiar, they're kind of outside Oxford, Ohio. That's where Miami University is. So get to drive by the campus, and I don't know if I've ever seen that campus before. Really pretty, but here's the used set that I picked up, and I'm going to put those on the John Deere A. So these are substantially bigger, much better condition, and the education that I got at Dengler was very valuable. So great people. First time I've ever had to deal with them. I've been bugging them on the phone for a few days, and I can't say enough about them. Nick is the father. Nicholas was the son that helped me. Both of them tremendously helpful and very knowledgeable. These guys have, I'm sure, forgotten more stuff about two-cylinder tractors than most two-cylinder aficionados will know in their whole life. So called Dengler. They ship stuff all over. I mean, they were packing stuff up. The UPS guy was in and out of there when I was there. They're shipping parts all over the world, you know, the way they talk, and I believe it, because they got a ton of stuff. So D-E-N-G-L-E-R, Dengler Tractor Parts, southwestern Ohio, north of Cincinnati, Ohio. Give them a call. They'll help you out. Man, they helped me out. So let's get them off the trailer, get them in there, and get them put on. Okay, so I guess this is just a continuation, another little update. I'll probably just go ahead and post updates until I get the things put back together, you know, get the wheels put back on and everything. I spent a good portion of the day just wire brushing on the grinder. You can't see that for the light, but this was really nasty. That wheel over there was the worst, but just wire wheeling them and cleaning this up. And I went ahead and just sprayed, you know, that's a half-ass paint job, but you'll never see this surface. This is between, you know, that's sandwiched the rim in there. And again, the rims, you know, I just wire wheeled the hell out of them too, put a half-ass paint job on. I just wanted to get that inside ring there. You know, this very center part is going to be up against this, so you'll never see it, but it's mostly just to protect it against the weather. You know, water and dirt and mud and shit gets in there, and I want to have something to keep it from rusting up. So while you got it apart, might as well clean it up. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So letting that paint dry and then put it all together. Okay, so here's just a quick update. I started putting the tires back on. You know, of course, the tire and rim, like that one sitting over there. It's the same procedure as taking them off, only, you know, backwards. So work the tire over to the wheel, get your notch pretty well on top or wherever your rim is making contact with the wheel, and then use that notch as you know, kind of a point for the rim to sit down in the notch. This center rib of the rim will sit down in this notch, and that allows you to, you know, it gives you enough clearance because, you know, there is no clearance now. So, but if this is sitting like on a 45-degree angle in this notch, it just, you can walk it right back in. Be careful of your valve stem. I got mine all covered up with tape here for paint, and you want to make sure that I don't even know what the hell these things are called. They look like wheel weights almost, but it's you know, those sit in that notch, and that's what keeps the rim from spinning on the wheel then. So, and then I'm just going to put a little anti-seize on the bolts. Just use the, you know, the regular stuff. You don't have to put anything on them. I went ahead and I painted up the back side of these clamps too, and of course the front, you know, this will be showing, and I'm going to paint all the wheel and everything after I get it all mounted up here. But that's mostly just to keep, you know, rust and crap from building up in here, to make it easier to change next time, you know, when I want to take them off. So that's it. Put some anti-seize on the bolts, and put my clamps on, and do the other side. All right, so I figured I'd maybe try to make a video of how to put these on. Keep talking about it, you know, might as well just try to make a video of it. Okay, so I want my wheel on an angle, like a 45 to the tractor. This notch is what I'm going to set the center of the rim in, and that's going to help me work it, the rim and tire onto the inside of the wheel. So I want to be mindful of the valve stem when I'm doing this, and I'm not sure if the tractor jacked up high enough, but I'm going to work the wheel over, and then I want the center of this rim, this center ridge, to sit in that groove, and then kind of walk it on. And there it goes. So that's it. It ain't pretty, but it's in there. I'm just going to kind of wrestle it around. Where's my valve stem? There it is. Hard to do yourself. Stuff's heavy. Anyhow, you get the point. The wheel is on there. Now all I got to do is kind of wrestle it around, and I'll get the valve stem and these two blocks to sit. The two blocks will sit there. The valve stem will sit right there. So that's it. It's hard. It's simple, but it's hard. So that's how it's done. Okay, so another update. I got that wheel put on. You saw me kind of wrangle it around there, and I put anti-seize on all the bolts on this one as well as this one. Got it down off the jacks. It's sitting under its own weight. I torqued the best I could find. The best torque spec I could find was just a general torque spec on that size of bolt. I'm going to go with that being a 5/8 bolt, and a rough general torque spec would be 70 foot-pounds. So that may or may not be right. It was pretty tight, so I got them kind of as tight as I wanted to. Then I put a torque wrench on it at 70, and it was right there. So I'm pretty happy with how tight they are. I'm going to run it around a little bit, bring it back in, re-torque them, make sure nothing got loose, then paint the whole thing up, and that'll be it. So I haven't decided what kind of tire protectant I'm going to use. These are used tires, and you can see there's some weather checking on the sidewalls and on the foot of the tire too. So I haven't decided what kind of protectant I'm going to use. I'd hate to use Armor All or anything like that. I've heard guys have problems out of that, so I don't want to do anything that's going to damage the tire, and maybe nothing is better than anything else. I don't know. So I may update you again when I get it all painted up. I may not. But that's it. That's how you change the tires out. Technically, it is not difficult. Physically, it is a little demanding. So, it's not the worst thing in the world. If you got a decent jack and some jack stands, and some blocks to put the jack stands on, because this thing, it gets pretty tall, especially when you put the taller wheels on, then you got to re-jack it and stuff like that. So you can get it to where it's just barely off the ground, and you don't have to lift those big wheels, but you do have to manhandle them around and twist them and turn them and stuff. So it's technically not difficult, but it is kind of physically difficult. So that's it. Okay, so this is going to be the last update for this series. I went ahead and rode it around. I put the wheels on, torqued those bolts on the inside of the rim, those 8 bolts there I think there is on each side. Torqued them to 70, rode it around, I don't know, put a few hundred yards on it, turning and zigzagging back and forth, that sort of thing, hitting some bumps. Brought it back up to the shed, hit them with a torque wrench again, and some of them had loosened up, so some of them kind of seated themselves, and torqued them back to 70 again. Pretty happy with everything. It rode real good. Taped them off and painted them just the Rust-Oleum John Deere yellow. You can get in spray cans or quarts, I think, at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. I mean, they ain't perfect, and actually there was some overspray on the tires before I even got them. So, but they're used tires and wheels, so they look a whole lot better, and they're a whole lot more functional than what was on it. So, just tape off your rubber, tape off your valve stem, and hit it with a rattle can. You know, do a real good job of cleaning them up in the first place, and the paint job will look great then. You know, it's all about preparation. So these turned out pretty good. The tires look good, they ride good. Again, these came from Dengler Tractor. These the rims and tires, and they put the package together for me. They had to break down one wheel, was on a, I don't know, f.a.r.m or something, and you know, put it all together for me. So they broke them down, they mounted them, tubes, and a whole bit. So Dengler Tractor, they're east of Oxford, Ohio. They're north of Cincinnati. They're very, very super helpful. So can't say enough about those guys. But that's it for this series. Got some new tires on John Deere. It's a 1939 John Deere A, and these tires ought to last it a long time. So turned out real well.